This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
May I come in, sir?
Please come in.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir.
Swathy S is from Kerala.
Yes.
Literature of the Malayalam language was the option. She's done B.tech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from the College of Engineering, Karunagappally.
Yes, sir.
What is Kollam?
Kollam is a district in
Kollam.
Kerala, sir.
It's been separately written here. Hobbies visiting beaches,
Yes.
watching cooking videos, hiking. You have been visiting beaches.
Yes, sir.
I think most of the people in Kerala must be doing that.
Yes, sir.
So, anything special about your visits?
Sir, I come from a hilly district, and which is on the slopes of Western Ghats, and the district doesn't have any beaches. So, from the childhood itself, I have this love for beaches. And later, I was studying in Karunagappally in Kollam for 4 years, and which is a coastal district. And I started having this habit of visiting beaches, which gave me a sense of peace and calmness whenever I visit the beaches.
Okay. You just watch cooking videos. You don't cook.
Yes, sir, I do cook, but a hobby is something that people do most often. Then, whenever I get time, I watch cooking videos, sir. That's the reason why I wrote watching cooking
Okay,
videos.
hiking. Where have you been hiking last?
Sir, the latest one was to Maruthamala, which is in Tamil Nadu district, and which was one of the most challenging hikes that I ever had, because I sustained an injury and completed it successfully, sir. That was the last thing.
Don't you realize that once you get into any of these civil services, all your hobbies will have to wait. You won't get time to pursue your hobbies. What is your thought on this? Would you like to withdraw from the services to carry on with your hobbies?
Sir, I think according to the geography of India, like I will be getting some opportunity either to do hiking or to visit the beaches. I hope so, sir. Like be it in Jammu and Kashmir, there will be options for hiking. If it is in Odisha, there will be options for visiting beaches, sir. I am so hopeful.
Okay. You must have read the following. I'll mention the judgments of the Supreme Court recently. One was regarding electoral bonds. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The second was the Chandigarh mayor's election.
Yes, sir.
And the third was the amendments carried out to the Forest Conservation Act.
Yes, sir.
What are the broader implications of these three judgments?
Sir, these three judgments are interventions by the Supreme Court, that is the judiciary, to the laws that are being made or the executive action that is being taken. So, in the whole sense, if there is anything that is unconstitutional or which is against the constitutional principles, then those will be struck down or which will be considered. The proportionality of all these laws will be considered according to the according to the fundamental rights or according to the free and fair elections that has to be taken part in the country, sir. So these are the wider implications.
Some people are saying that it is putting the government in a poor light. Do you agree with what they're saying?
Sir, rather than considering it as putting it in poor light, this can be considered as a check and balance between the judiciary and the parliament, where good laws can be amended so that it fits the principles where most of the people are treated equally and good constitutional values are being upheld, sir. Rather than considering it as a poor light, it should be considered as a consensus where these organs are working together for a better democracy and for the betterment of the people, sir.
Okay. Recently, there were reports in the papers about the household consumption survey conducted by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. What are the highlights of that? Those figures which have come out.
Sir, considering the consumption data, that is giving that the rural consumption and urban consumption, relating to the rural and urban consumption, that the rural consumption has been picking up and the gap between the rural consumption and the urban consumption is slowly closing up. And more than that, sir, the second point that has to be noted is that the consumption in food has been going down in the rural areas, which means that people are investing more on other facilities like education and health, etc., sir.
Okay. That's all, nothing else. What are the implications of the effect on figures for inflation, say CPI, consumer price inflation? Is it going to have some effect?
Yes, sir. In CPI, the most weightage comes from the food and fuels. So, considering that the food consumption has been going down, the inflation, the effect on the inflations will be controlled. This is what I have read about it, sir.
Okay. The index will be changed.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, the Niti Aayog has made a statement that people below poverty line is now somewhere around 5%. The same Niti Aayog had said that the multi-dimensional poverty is around 11%. Now, what do we follow? Which figure do we follow and why?
Sir, the poverty levels in India is considered as the economic indicators that is the 3% which is mentioning, that is the people considering the economic values, the amount of money they have, the average income that they can. And the second one is regarding to the multidimensional poverty index, which has a wider implication, that it considers the health of the people, the standard of living and the education of the people. So from my opinion, sir, the multidimensional poverty index has to be taken into consideration so that the basic necessities of the people can be addressed. So I'll go with multidimensional poverty index, sir.
So, poverty levels based on consumption figures, as it's not necessary, it's irrelevant. That is what you're trying to say?
No, sir. They are relevant, but I think for the better implementation of the services, we have to consider multidimensional poverty. But poverty with considering the consumption has to be given adequate importance, sir. Both has to be given the importance, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Swathy.
Yes.
Can you tell me some important areas what other states can learn from Kerala in terms of agriculture?
So can I take a moment?
Yes, please.
So the agriculture in Kerala has been considered as one of the sustainable way of agriculture, like the Pokkali farming that is going on in the Kuttanad, where there is this crop is climate resilient. So as there is increased climate change effects, so many other states like Odisha, West Bengal, etc. can adopt this type of cultivation, which can improve the improve the productivity, sir. Another factor is that there is this fish farming that is going along with rice farming, which increases the income of the farmer. So doing two things at a time, which can give multiple incomes, can help the farmers to get a better option, sir. And the third one is the support that is being given by the self-help groups to the agriculture. That is, there is this 𝐂𝐻𝐿𝐴 is and SHGs like Kudumbashree is also helping in agriculture. So these can be implemented in different states given the skills are there.
Anything in terms of agricultural waste to energy?
Sorry, sir, I can't.
Okay, no problem. Are you aware of GIAHS? Globally important.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is it?
Sir, it is the globally important agricultural heritage site. There is, from my knowledge, there is only one in India, that is in the Kuttanad farming, which is farming below the sea level. So that is what...
Are you sure it is only one?
Sir, I remember only one, sir.
Okay, no problem. Can you tell me some important committees which were formed with respect to Western Ghats?
So there are two important committees that are formed with regards to the Western Ghats. And the first one is the Madhav Gadgil Committee, and the second one is the Kasturi Rangan Committee. And another, a third one, which is created by the state, is Chandi Women Committee, sir.
Can you tell me some important differences between these two committees, Kasturi Rangan and Madhav Gadgil Committee, in terms of their recommendations? One specific recommendation which you think was different in both of them.
Sir, in Madhav Gadgil Committee recommendations, most of the areas were considered as to be protected, and the constructions and the developmental programs and everything has to be put under control so that the climatic effects on the Western Ghats can be controlled. But when it comes to the second report, there was the areas were divided into different zones so that these development can be taken place, and the amount of area that was protected has been decreased so that there can be a better balance between the growth and the environmental protection, sir.
What is the term which is being used there? Are you aware of it?
Sir, I can't exactly.
Okay, no problem. You have done engineering in electronics and communication, right?
Yes.
Do you think India can become a dominant player in terms of manufacturing semiconductors, chips, compared to China, Taiwan, South Korea?
Sir, India is trying to develop a semiconductor ecosystem which can help in India to be in this global semiconductor war. So for that, there are multiple basic necessities that has to be met. One is the availability of raw materials. Another one is that it requires gallons of fresh waters for the system. And another is that there should be 24/7 power supply for this. And more than that, sir, there should be a fab lab or fabrication lab that has all these facilities. So as of now, India is trying to be a semiconductor manufacturer, but we have to go so much to be in the place, like to be in a position where we can compete with Taiwan, sir. Because 80% of the semiconductors chips are being manufactured in Taiwan because of the excellent skills that is present there, sir.
Okay. When we talk about beaches in India, one prominent aspect or one prominent issue is cleanliness, sanitation. So, in that sense, are you aware of blue flag certification of beaches?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So, blue flag certification is a label that is being given by the FEE, Foundation on Environment and Education, which is a non-profit organization based in Denmark. It considers the parameters like the cleanliness of the beaches, the cleanliness of the bathing water, the inclusive tourism, the inclusive to the disabled and the differently abled persons, sir.
Any beaches from Kerala have this certification?
Yes, sir. Kapad Beach from Kozhikode.
Okay. What is fat tax?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me the difference between, is there any difference in hiking, trekking and mountaineering?
Yes, sir. There is a difference between these three, and the primary difference is considering the intensity and the physical fitness that is needed for the workout. So for hiking, it needs a lower physical intensity, and the physical fitness increases as we go from trekking to mountaineering. And when it comes to hiking, it is only a short time or short duration work, which includes 4 to 5 hours. While when it comes to trekking, it is more than a 1 day, or which may also consider overnight camping. While mountaineering is something where we are not following the trails or tracks. It will be like more equipments will be needed, more fitness will be needed, and it will be more physically challenging to achieve the final destination, sir.
Okay. My last question to you is, now we see Russia-Ukraine war has been going on for, I think, almost 2 years now, or more than that. So how do you think India can play a key role in resolving this issue?
Sir, India is considering itself as elevating its position as a Vishwaguru and a Vishwamitra, where India can play a balancing role between Russia and Ukraine, because we have good ties with Russia from the time immemorial, and with Ukraine we have been sending the humanitarian aids to the region. But in the case of Russia-Ukraine war, we are upholding our strategic autonomy as the principle. And so for a country which respects the sovereignty and territorial integrity, India can play as a mediating role between Russia and Ukraine. Even there was a comment that I can't exactly remember which country was that, like Indian Prime Minister along with Pope can make a committee and can mediate in the issue, sir. This gives the role of India, sir.
Since India is balancing relations and resolving the issue in terms of concerns of both the countries, Ukraine, Russia. So don't you feel India, as the world is talking about, India is acting as a fence sitter rather than taking some concrete actions? What are your views on this?
So can you please elaborate?
In terms of balancing Russia and Ukraine crisis, in world is acknowledging India is more or less playing a role of fence sitter rather than taking immediate sides with any one country or any one bloc. What are your views on that?
So from the time of independence, we considered non-alignment as our primary principle in foreign policy. While recently the policy has been changed to multi-alignment. But even though in both these things, what is common is that we uphold our national interest and the security of the people. So for this also, India is upholding its national interest, that is upholding through strategic autonomy, sir. So I think it is good that we are not aligned to any sections. In a world order which is evolving as multilateralism, it is better to be aligned with multiple powers than being in a block of any country, sir.
Okay, Swati, thank you.
Thank you.
Swati, you just mentioned two terms, Vishwaguru and Vishwamitra. What is the difference between them?
Ma'am, Vishwamitra is a concept that is recently said by our External Affairs Minister, and where in Vishwamitra we are giving that equal importance to everyone, being a friend of everyone, rather than in Vishwaguru we are being a forerunner and we are leading all the countries, rather than in this situation of the country's world order. It is better that we can be aligned with different countries, ma'am, as a friend of everyone.
Of all countries. Okay. Now, you've mentioned visiting beaches. Yes. So, have you visited beaches only in Kerala or in other states also?
Ma'am, I've visited only in Kerala, other than one beach, that is Kanyakumari beach in Tamil Nadu.
Right next to Kerala?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, can you tell me what are the hazards faced in coastal areas?
Ma'am, climate change is the primary reason of the hazards that is going on in coastal areas. And one hazard is the cyclones that is increasing in the regions. And the second one is the increased level of sea rise, which is in turn affecting the lives and the livelihoods of the coastal communities. And these are something that I can think of now.
Okay. Can you tell me how would we balance tourism and economy in Kerala? Tourism is an important factor of Kerala's economy. So how do we balance tourism and development?
Ma'am, the Kerala government had recently started the policy that is responsible tourism, where there is the concept of leave no trace is applied, where we are not leaving any waste to the environment, so that which can help in the ecology itself. And Kerala is mostly focusing on high-end tourism now, which can fetch more money. Like the cruise ship tourism is starting, and when it comes to the coastal areas, the tourisms like floating bridge and tourism which is connected to agri-tourism is also being promoted, which can in turn help in balancing these three ideas, that is tourism, economy and ecology, ma'am.
Okay. So what it shows is that Kerala is diversifying its tourism.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Yes. How else can we diversify? Are there other beaches which can be utilized, which are not on the tourist circuit right now?
Ma'am, one idea is to increase the number of water sports that is being conducted in the area, like skiing, etc. can be done in the areas. And the second one is to have destination wedding sites in Kerala. Like recently, the many beaches like Kovalam has been given such destination weddings where people can afford it and diversify it.
What is Guruvayur temple famous for? Guruvayur temple is in Kerala?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Guruvayur temple is located in the Thrissur district of Kerala, which is considered as one of the famous temples of Lord Krishna. He is being considered as a child deity, and there are multiple rituals.
Any other religious tourist sites in Kerala?
Yes, ma'am. Kerala is known for the religious tourism, like temples like Padmanabha Swami temple and Shabarimala temple, Aranmula temple, etc.
Now, when you get selected, what are two key areas you would like to work on?
Ma'am, one is women's safety and child safety, and second one is to make whatever department I am in corruption free.
Corruption free. So when we say women's safety and child safety, what measures will you take? Kerala is considered a safe state. So what extra measures would you take? Your first preference is Kerala.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So if you get Kerala cadre, Kerala is already a safe state.
Ma'am, even though Kerala is a safe state, the society is highly patriarchal. That the literacy rate is 93%, but considering the average of India's labor force participation, Kerala is still down, like around 27%. So the first thing that we should do is to give these women the opportunities to be in the labor force. And the second thing relating to the women empowerment is to ensure that more women are into politics, that they can be politically aware. When it comes to the child safety, ma'am, malnutrition is one issue that Kerala is facing. Even though food is available to every children, that correct amount of the nutritional values are not being given.
Okay. My last question to you is, you've been an active volunteer in NSS. So what was your role?
Ma'am, during the time when I was in NSS, most of the activities were like sanitation drives, like cleaning the campuses and cleaning the surroundings and the surrounding villages. And there was initiatives where we started blood donation camps. And another was like we were into visiting the old age homes where we can spend some time with them.
Okay. Last question based on this. So we have Swachh Bharat Abhiyan.
Yes, ma'am.
Which tells people that we should have cleanliness. So this versus it coming from the inside, where people know that cleanliness is something which is important. Do we really need such programs?
Yes, ma'am. We really need such programs. Like whenever we go to a market, like we see the pile of waste that is being discarded there. So there should be a behavioral change that should come from the people themselves, ma'am. So it is essential that we should have such a program so that we can work as a community as a whole, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
How are you doing?
Good, sir.
All right. So you mentioned the literacy rate in Kerala is 93%, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, you have to be a little, well, it's 94%. Okay, never mind.
Yes, sir.
Then, well, the literacy rate has been 94%, then why there has been a hegemonic patriarchy over there?
So the reason is that the famous saying that a woman is not born, but she is made by the society. Like there are multiple gender roles that are being assigned to the women even from the earlier time. There is a matriarchal system that was prevalent in Kerala among the Nair society. But even though in that, the administrative power was being given to the men of the family. So in that context, even though we have high literacy, the society itself has been evolving. Like the women are given an inferior treatment than men, sir.
Okay, so which district you come from?
Pathanamthitta, sir.
What is this district famous for?
Sir, the district is famous for multiple reasons, and the primary one is that it is known as the pilgrim capital of Kerala, which includes Shabarimala temple, Aranmula temple, and the churches of Pathanamthitta.
Right. So this is the pilgrim capital of Kerala, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So over here, the Sabarimala is also situated, and Lord Ayyappa deity has also been there. So there had been certain controversy which has been settled down in this by the Supreme Court in 2018, right?
Yes.
With the judgment of 4:1, if
Yes,
you can
sir.
recall that, right? So what was the act that the Supreme Court declared null and void?
Sir, it is a custom that is prevailing in Shabarimala, where the women who are in the menstruating window, specifically in the age of 10 to 50 years, are not allowed to visit the temple. So this has been struck down. If I have to mention specifically, there is a rule in the Public Worships Act of Kerala 1965, which is Rule 3B, which is being struck down by the court, sir.
Right, that's what I wanted to listen. All right. So as such, we see that in your district, which has been the maximum, which crop has been under the maximum cultivation?
Sir, it is the plantation of rubber, sir, which is under maximum cultivation. And the second comes as some subsistence farming like tapioca, banana, etc., sir.
Very nice. Very, very good. Okay. Now let's play a quiz with you. Okay. So I'll ask you a question, you have to give. So first question to me for you is, first published work in complete Malayalam?
Indulekha, sir.
Very nice. Sanskrit book Bhakti Manjari is written by?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Who laid the Western education mission in Malabar?
Herman Gundert.
Very nice. Who is the author of Malabar Manual?
Sorry, sir.
It's okay. My last question to you is, how do you see how the Western coast beaches are different from the Eastern coast beaches?
Sir, in the West, the primary difference between the Western coast and Eastern coast beach is that the Eastern coast beach is emerging beaches and the Western coast is primarily considered as submerging beaches. And the second thing is that there are multiple cliffs as seen in the Western coast, like the Gokarna beach and the Kalam beach, which is a receding cliff, sir. When it comes to the eastern area, we can see mostly the deltas which are being formed by the major rivers. So these are the differences, sir.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
You are a very good candidate. I see no reason why you shouldn't get good marks.
Work on current affairs and rest all perfect. All the best.
Thank you, sir.